Hey, everybody. What's going on? What's hot? What's hip? What's happening? What is shaking on a Monday? We're coming out of the gates hot. Mr. Terry Nee himself says, this week's on me, kids. Monetary chats help with gas. And as my friend Ray says, he's a good egg. Never liked that saying. $5 from Terry Nee. Thank you, Terry. Well, we've shattered our goal today of any amount of money, but please like, share, subscribe, notification bell, retweet, all the free things you can do to help with the almighty algorithm. Almighty algorithm. We do have super chats, as Terry Nee has demonstrated, and also we got memberships. So do what it says at the bottom of the crawl, and maybe you get a free membership. I don't know. Hell, I'm not God. A lot of business to cover here. Let's get this done first. Our good friend Doopadoopadoo's here. She says, hello, Tom, Terry, and Julian. We have the friendliest chat room, most cheerful chat room on the internet, as verified by independent sources. People saying hi. And people saying hi. There's Jean1313. Always good to see her. Hello, Jean. Julian Zeta says, I like your background, Tom. That's my favorite. I want to twiddle those analog knobs. They're ripe for a twiddling. And by the way, those are called potentiometers. Hello, Gene1313. I only say that because you called them pots for short. You need to pot that record up. Anyway, just a little peek behind the curtain. So, first announcement is, hi, Triple D. I didn't know we had Triple D's in here. Makes the show better already. Tonight I'm going to tell you about Jolt Cola. Oh, and in honor of Jolt Cola, I'm opening a cola. Yeah. Coke Zero. Nothing fancy. I will be appearing. I am scheduled to appear, on Out of the Coffin with Bob Levy tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. That's when the show starts. I may not come on for half hour before. I don't know when. He just sent me the link. I don't know anything else. I may just watch the show, and at some point Bob will go, why didn't you come on? That's where we are. Very excited about it. I will be working blue. Thinking about smoking some cigs. I quit smoking, but just you're going to be on a show with Bob Levy, please. Okay, now, Julian says, I know what a potentiometer is. I had a Radio Shack's electronics set when I was a kid. Well, then I'm not telling you anything you don't know. The lovely and talented Chris Abels is here. He says, I agree, Terry Nee. Tom Gully is a good egg. Terry Nee has been a member for 6 months. Terry Nee says, I'm sorry, maybe you misunderstood. The week goal has been met. We can go past the goal. I don't want to infringe upon anybody's God-given right to support this program, I feel like if I didn't say that we have those things, I'd be doing them a disservice. But I do thank you for shattering this week's goal. Smoking, Chris Abels says. Yeah. Chris Blanken Abels. Doopa. Just being on with Bob, the smoke will get you. Here's what I did today to prepare for my appearance. We'll see. I don't want to start again. But I feel like I could probably smoke my brains out for an hour or two and regret it the next day. This is the truth. It will get on you. Okay, now I have some stuff to talk about that I little bit upset that I have to talk about it, and not happy about it. It's got me really worried. Our good friend SG Fanboy contacted me yesterday afternoon, and indicated to me that he was going to check himself into somewhere. Now, I wasn't able to get a lot of information He said, as the kids say, I guess I'm crashing out. So I did encourage him to go check in somewhere. I told him, look, I don't know what your situation is or what you need, but if there's anything I can do to help you, please let me know. And then I waited a few more hours and said, hey, checking into somewhere, probably a good idea. You get a break, a breather, some people to talk to who can give you some help with whatever you're dealing with right now. People value you. People care about you. Let me know how I can help. And I haven't heard anything back. He was very much telling me to tell Dupa. He used her real name, but I'm not going to dox her. Give her my best and things of that nature. So I don't know how close any of you are to SG, if you email address, things of that nature. But he could probably use our support. And I know that you can contact him through direct message on Twitter. Sorry. X, formerly known as Twitter. But, I didn't sleep a wink last night, and I'm very, very concerned, and just would like the guy to feel better, or whatever he's got going on. It's, and I'm going to put it in the chat here, on Twitter. It is at SGFanboy92. So if any of you would like to reach out, or I don't know how well you know SG Fanboy, but boy, oh boy, has he been awesome to us here. And even if he wasn't, he's just a great guy. So didn't want to bring things down or anything like that, but yeah, he sent me, I think, a tweet that said, don't ever stop doing the show. There were some other things. I was just very, very concerned. Still am. And then I messaged him today. Have not received a response yet. So, and I didn't receive a response yesterday, my last one either. But if he's checked in somewhere, that may be part of it. So, as a smoker, don't do it, Tom. I think I'm going to do it. I'm pretty good about I'm not going to do that anymore. Oh, by the way, we are still coming to you in lustrous 1080. And I played around with my audio today. I think I was over-modulating a little bit. Hopefully, you're receiving a far more lustrous and listenable audio from the Tom Gully Show. Dupas says, oh no, I've been thinking about SG this weekend. Well, he was thinking about you too. Nothing wrong with getting help, ever. No, there is not. There is not. Julian Zito says, normally when you check in like that, they'll take your phone. I'm glad he told you. Yeah, I think that is part of it. They'll take your phone. My prayers are with him and his family. Dupas says, I really don't know him, but we'll definitely reach out. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, just give him a, hey, we're thinking about you, that sort of thing. I no idea what's going on, but, and maybe it's none of my business, but just want him to know that there's help. He mentioned at one point, I think Friday on the show, that he was going to stay in his car. And I'm like, hey, we can get you a hotel room, something. We can, even one night, just, check in at 2 p.m. You got till noon the next day to just sit there and eat pizza and watch TV and sleep. Something. Sometimes all you need is a little break, Terry Nee says, Tom, I caught something was up with Fanboy last week. We noticed the distress in chat. I'll pray for SG. Yeah. I know he's got a lot at home and things of that nature. He's mentioned a few times, but I really shouldn't even conject or whatever. All I know is said he was maybe going to check in somewhere, and I really hope he did. Is he Canadian? I lose track of, I know some of the Canadians, but anyway, I just thought I'd let you guys know. He's a big part of the show, and love the guy to death. He was one of those people when I do a show like this that I'm confounded and blessed that people do things like that. It's like, man, that is just so cool. And talented guy. Funny guy, smart guy, and just hope the best for him. Tony says, my prayers won't help Chris Abels, though. No, Chris Abels was... No. If you listen real hard, at the beginning of the movie The Omen 2, Bugenhagen mentions his name in a list of demons. It's Hungus Mungus says, what's going on here? We're having a show, Sven. What's up, Tom and gang? Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, yeah, happy Thanksgiving, Canada. Happy Thanksgiving. True, Tony. I had stuff today that, but I've forgotten what it is now. But there were several things that I didn't appreciate over the weekend. One of them was my fault. I went to a store on Sunday. They're normally open at 10. Thus, I was there at 10. And they're not open on Sunday till noon. So I drove all the way over there. And now I got 2 hours to kill. Unless I want to drive home, hang out for an hour, and drive back. So I had to try and find things to do in a place where there was nothing but like industrial warehouse business stuff. Yeah. You know how I passed the time? I went to the first strip mall I could find on this really busy road. I got a couple hamburgers, and I sat there and watched service trucks go by, and like air conditioning and pool and things like that, vans mostly. And if they did stupid driving things, I called the number on the side of the van and complained. So that's actually what I did. And I did it in voices, too. I'd be like, hey, I'm over here on Skillman Street, and your van. Anyway, that's how I amuse myself. Hungus Mungus says, since last week, I'm a double stroke survivor. It is what it is. Sven, I am so sorry to hear that. Do what the doctor says. Sometimes if you've had a stroke, they tell you to take an aspirin every morning to keep your blood thin. But sorry to hear that. James Holmes says, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises? Well, James, I think you just went to the premiere of one of those, didn't you? Just the one? Set up your room before you left and all that? To be honest with you, all the Dark Knight movies blend into one for me personally. So I like the movies, but I just can't separate them. They're all good. Tony, but you drove and waited in a Jaguar. Winning. I felt really bad on Sunday because while I was driving around in this area, there were a bunch of really slow driving people that were also in service trucks and stuff. I'm trying to get around them and stuff. So 2 times, and I normally never do this, never. It wasn't even on the highway. I put the hammer down so I could hear the good manifold overdrive sound, and went by them, and I felt bad. And I still feel bad. I don't like doing that to my car. Wow, Hungus, I hope you're going to heal up quickly. Yes, Hungus, get better. The world needs yachts. Tierney says, what a get off my lawn move, old man. Which move was that? Yeah, that's what I did. Randy, now I know why my delivery was late. Hunga says, yes, lots of pills now. All hail to free health care. Take the pills, do what they say. Terry says, I need a hole-in-one and I'll accept a stroke. Been playing since 8 years old. Crushing mediocrity. Wait a minute. You're the guy that makes fun of soccer? Anyway, James Holmes would like to know, the Duke or the Joker? Who's more insane? Well, the Duke. The Joker is just crazy. He's not deluded and evil, but he's not deluded, and he's able. He's number one, able to accomplish tasks. Number two, he has not just a girlfriend, a hot girlfriend. That's a couple bridges too far for John. The Joker also is better grooming than John. Hungus says, glad you're still. Dupa says, Hungus, glad you're still with us. Hungus says, thanks, really appreciate it. Terry Nee says, nothing fun about soccer. I'll be honest with you. I like a lot of things about golf. I'm just terrible at it. I mean, I just can't do it. So, and golf, I'm sorry, is the worst televised sport of them all. You know, the Joker is what I'm saying. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. Do you guys remember last week when I brought you the revelation about why Stuttering John has the big mist, long gray hairs on his face? Is because when he gets his razor blade, is disposable full, well, probably the whole time, he doesn't rinse it after every, blade thing. He lets it build up, and those whiskers and soap get built up in there, and that part of the razor won't cut. So he probably shaving creams his face, and then just goes zap, 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 and that same part, the middle, isn't getting cut every time. The sides do, so he thinks his shave is fine. Well, yesterday or the day before, recently, he said, hey, little tip for everybody. When all those things get built up in there, which for most people that are rinsing it and cleaning it means throw it away, it's disposable, and start with a new one. Also, it's been a long time because you've been taking care of it. But he said, if you got an old toothbrush, take it and just clean out the inside. It's brand new. No, it's not brand new. First of all, the blades themselves, even if you've used it a few times, are getting duller with each using. So that's not new. But the big thing is, when you toothbrush those 3 blades, he said he had 3 blades, even if it's 2, that brushing puts the blades out of alignment. And you're either going to cut yourself, or it's just not going to, you're destroying the razor. What an idiot. Really appreciate it. There you go. I was lucky, no paralyzed or something, just a bit slower with my tipping. Well, I'm glad you're okay. You're on the mend. Kirkland Red is here. Says, does soccer have any cool characters like golf does? I'm thinking of John Daly. Oh, God. Soccer throughout the years is full of nothing but characters. Have you guys been watching movies for the last 10 or 20 years? There's a guy named Vinnie Jones. He was in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. He was in the Avengers movies as the big juggernaut British guy. Yeah, he was a soccer player. And there's soccer players that are like major characters. Guys who are just drinking right up to the game during the 90s. Paul Gascoigne. Peter Shilton was one time found in a convertible naked with some guy's wife right outside the guy's house or something. I mean, yeah, soccer has huge characters. Many soccer players, because soccer you got to be in huge, amazing shape for. Many soccer players retire and become a coach. Some of these players chain smoke. They used to. I don't think they let them do it anymore. But they would. Johan Cruyff and Dino Zoff would just chain smoke while coaching during the matches. It's amazing. Yeah, it's why they're called disposable. Exactly. He's likely using a dollar store razor. He's probably, if he's smart, The cheapest razors are those orange, yellow safety razors. And they don't do a bad job if you're shaving every day. But those two are disposable. You shave and then you rinse it. And then you shave it and then you rinse it. It's also keeping the blade warm. So it's a better shave. I mean, James Holmes says, even I get a few new razors in prison every other day. Exactly. Exactly. James. By the way, how are things going? Did they sentence you yet? Or are they still doing the evaluations? I think they sentenced. I don't know if I think they sentenced him. Or didn't he just admit to it and plead to it? I can't remember. Terry Nee says, by the way, never use hot water on a disposable razor. Why not, Terry? I'd like to know. Julian Caesar says, Hungus Mungus, I was wondering if there was any noticeable damage done. Glad to hear it. Dupa says, golf is only fun if the worst shot has to run a serpentine pattern to his golf ball while holding their gold club above their head. That's funny. Serpentine shell, serpentine. He runs back and starts over. It's the funniest movie. Julian Caesar says, golf's fun until they get to the 17th hole at the Players Open. Then it gets real. That's an amazing hole. Is it the TPC Open, the Tournament Player Championship? I can't remember, but that hole is just awesome. Hunga says the upside of not using your brain too much. And by the way, I do hope that you guys are experiencing a higher quality of audio today. You see what I'm doing? I'm working on the show. I got you 1080. Of course, you don't want it because you got to look at this face. But, and collar of the day today. Man, I have really overshot the start of Jolt Cola. The collar today. This is a shirt I got. It was actually sort of a festival. There was about 5 bands on it. This was in 1990. Sorry, this was in 2000. And Stroke 9 was the band. Stroke 9. It's a 24-year-old shirt, John. Look at the collar. Look at the sleeves. You know, it's just, I'm just saying, man. Randy says, I can only use a disposable razor twice. My beard is so thick, I try soaking them in water for a day, and keeping that doesn't help. You know, Randy, I only recently had to start shaving twice. Every day. Well, not recently. Probably the last 10 years or something. For the longest time, I just shave and I wouldn't have to for another day. It was awesome. It was awesome. Terry Nisi, like a Ginsu knife, heat dulls the blade. Okay, I'll remember that. I just use warm. I don't use hot. I use warm. I use hot to rinse my face before I put the shaving cream on. And then it's warm. Dupa says, Terry, how fun was John Daly, just the sport of golf? John Daly, I don't know if you guys remember a baseball player by the name of John Kruk. He's the John Daly of baseball to me. John Kruk, K-R-U-K, retired in the middle of a game and was at home on his couch watching the game before it was over. And he retired a 300 hitter in baseball. You know. Dupa still is senior tour. Awesome. Senior. Hunga says green shirt. Very good color choice. Thank you. Terry Nee says, Tom, you need non-glare lens so we can see your beautiful eyes. I know. Look, the plan has always been, at some point, I'm going to upgrade this computer, which is on its last legs. It's a miracle I get this show done every day. And when I do that, I'm going to redo the whole thing. And so that I won't be looking at a camera that has light on the... Anyway. Warm dulls blades. Well, I'm doing it warm because I can't handle that cold-ass blade on my skin. John Kruk was super entertaining, he was. And you know now. I think it's The More You Know or CBS Cares. The More You Know was NBC. CBS Cares was CBS. CBS. Eyes are windows to the soul. We don't need to see Tom's eyes. Oh, it's funny. I actually, if I take them off, you guys aren't going to like it. I have very dark circles under my eyes. And right here, I was dating this girl. She's like 48. This was about a year ago. And her parents had a ranch. And her dad's like 70 something. And he's doing stuff. And I ask him if I can help him. And so we're moving all this lumber. And he pulls the thing off the lumber rack without looking behind him and just pops me right here. Right here. So at first there was just this big bruise. Well, now there's this like eternal blood blister. I got to go to the dermatologist now. I'm taking off. It's just there. Yeah, he popped me pretty good. I don't even date her anymore. So yeah, you guys don't want to see that, do you? And because the light is at the top, my eyes look even worse because of the. Yeah, you don't want that. Tom is using an Apple One. I'm using an Apple II with a tower. If I had an Apple One, I'd sell it. Aku says, I just use an electric razor, so I use an electric razor, so I just rinse out in rubbing alcohol. Those razors chew my face up too much. Never mind, keep the glasses on. Holy shit. Randy says, if you come to Indy anytime in the springtime or summer, I'll look you up for the golf game. No, there won't be a golf game. I'll drive the cart for you, but I won't. Women like scars, Tom. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. But yeah, I've had dark circles for forever, and they're really dark today. I didn't sleep last night. I didn't sleep at all last night. Just thinking of you. All right, I better open up my thing. Luckily, my thing is not long today. All right, go ahead. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, the things I do for you people. Tell you what. That's not where I left my thing. I guess I saved it the wrong place. Golden glitter shine. All right. I also watch everything in 144p to save data. Well, it's unfortunate, Aku, because we are in lustrous 1080. Tom has so many scars. I do. I've got a lot of scars. I was asking for it kind of. When I was in kindergarten, I almost drowned. I almost drowned in front of like 50 or 60 people at a YMCA parent night. I had this kickboard because I could barely swim, and I certainly couldn't swim in the deep end. Let's face it, I couldn't swim. I was like in kindergarten. And we'd gone to lessons for a couple of weeks. All we did was play around. We were kindergartners. They weren't really trying to teach us how to swim. So the parents came. We did this like big parade of kids that were just going to paddle around the pool and wait, mom and dad. Well, because we could do that. We've been doing that. I knew how to use a kickboard. And so I had this styrofoam kickboard in front of me, and it starts to get further out in front of me, and I'm just a little guy, and I need to close for more support. So I start to bring it in, lost the grip, boom, bottom of the deep end. And nobody noticed, except the YMCA lifeguard, some high school student. I was at the bottom of the pool. I was drowning. I was just about to start drinking the water because my little walnut-sized brain went, well, if I drink all this water, I won't drown. pulled me out, and I was terrified. I was terrified of the water for a long time. Also, when I was in kindergarten, I was attacked by a German Shepherd, and I was scared of dogs for a long time. Until one day, I went, a lot bigger than this dog. And somebody pointed out to me that if you get a dog off of its feet, it's pretty much defenseless. So just grab a paw or a collar and lift it up, and that's it. And at that moment, no dog ever threatened me again or whatever, because I'd just yell at him back. Or I got no, don't start your crap with me. Domesticated animal. Let's see. Not a thing to show us. YMCA? It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Just where my parents took us. Well, it took me. I was the oldest. My brothers and sisters, and my parents were probably glad to get rid of a kid for a couple of hours. My swim teacher tossed me in the big pool. Old school Belgian schooling doesn't work. Those Belgians, man. All right, let's get to my thing. Incidentally, in honor of SG, here's a few blasts from the past. There's the Betty Page Tom Gully, some of you were clamoring for, and then there is the Dr. Smith from Lost in Space, Tom Gully, you guys were wanting. And for the fellas, there's the busty Tom Gully, roller derby player. Final Destruction as a youth. Yeah, man, it was... And the dog that attacked me was a big German Shepherd, and it was tall enough that its face was right in my face. And it was a dog that was kept in a fenced yard. And it would run out every day, because we had to walk by the house to get to school. It would run out every day to the edge of the fence and bark at us and snarl and growl, and we were terrified of it. Well, one day, somebody didn't latch the fence. Yeah. So I was at a party one time. I think I was probably around 25. And there was a neighborhood. It was a big cookout. And a neighborhood dog came to the cookout that had gotten out of its yard or something and it was a big German Shepherd. And it was literally running up to people and barking at them and snarling and tail up and the whole thing. And everybody was terrified because some people are sitting in chairs, lawn chairs or a bench, and the dog just comes right up and and I kind of watched this for a while. Okay. Then he did it to the girl that invited me to the party. Just walked up from behind, grabbed his collar, twisted it once, and lifted him up. Yeah, let's get you home. Everybody at the party's like, it's like, I'm not putting up with that. Took him out to the street, dropped him and kicked his ass, and he ran away. Today's program is brought to you by PETA. There were actually people at the party that lived in the neighborhood that were going, oh, he does that all the time. Don't worry about it. I'm like, no. I didn't come here to be threatened by a creature. Randy says, I pretty much always win the show me your scars. I had 17 operations on my stomach and had a colostomy, so of course I have a lot of scars for that. Yeah. I just got... See, mine's that long. My scar's that long. Right on my abdomen. Guy came at me with a knife. Okay, he was a surgeon, but still. Hunga says, thanks. Now I had a stroke again after seeing this. SG is fabulous. Praying for him hard. Yeah, he's a good guy. Good guy. Wish he lived here in Dallas, man. I really do. Because I just said, where are you at? I'm coming to get you. You're going to stay here till you're ready to move on. We're going to figure out a plan. Mine's that long. Clip it. Didn't you hear what I said earlier? I said a much worse one 5 minutes ago. That's when I said thank you. I mean, you're welcome to you people. Whatever. You get a lot of fun clipping this show. I'm telling you. All right, let's get to we're half an hour late on, that's the first time that's happened. I'm usually pretty good. Let me tell you about Jolt Cola, okay? Jolt Cola, I think for a little while was double the sugar, double the caffeine, but I know it was all the sugar and double the caffeine. I'm going to tell you my Jolt Cola story. I have a personal Jolt Cola story, and I'll tell you that at the very end. And if I don't, remind me. Terry Nee said, I had an ingrown toenail. Pray for me. Hey, I just hope they don't have to do the Vanderboos solution to your toe, because you might as well take a rusty tin can lid and just cut it off yourself. I mean, I'm sure Dupa remembers the Vanderboos or Vandenboos. Jolt Cola, as most of you probably know, is a carbonated soft drink, and it was produced by the Jolt Company Incorporated, which was later known as Wet Planet Beverages. It was created in 1985 by C.J. Rapp as a highly caffeinated beverage. It was targeted towards students and young professionals, stressing its use as a stimulant in the way that they do energy drinks in this day and age. And the slogan, all the sugar, twice the caffeine. Jolt Cola was manufactured originally in Rochester, New York, and man, they really played up on the caffeine. They were not shy about telling you this is going to knock you in the dirt. And guess what? It did. If you ever had Jolt Cola, Daddy-O, that stuff was powerful. It was powerful. Okay, so in the fall of 87, the company, like a lot of soft drinks do once they become popular, started marketing a low-calorie version called Jolt 25, which was sweetened with sugar and NutraSweet, and it only had 25 calories per 12 ounces. Jolt started with just the cola flavor, but then they went into Cherry Bomb, Citrus Climax, hey ladies, Orange Blast, White Lightning, which was white grape, Red Eye, and Electric Blue. In 2003, the name was licensed to a Hackensack, New Jersey company named Gum Runners, which manufactures a line of caffeinated gum and mints. And they have the Jolt label on them, but their slogan was chew more, do more. The Jolt gum came in two flavors, spearmint and icy mint. In 2006, and this is interesting to me, and I'll show you a picture here that'll fill you in. In 2006, Jolt Cola revamped its product line to Jolt Energy and changed the logo and packaging, and they called these Jolt battery bottles because they look like a AA battery. And they made an extremely loud popping sound when you open them, like ridiculously loud. These cans were 23.5 fluid ounces in the United States. They were resealable bottles, and they were aluminum. So the body of the bottle was like an aluminum can. The top had a plastic gasket liner. Anyway, they had an 8.5 fluid ounce size, but those basically were sold to bars and were used as a mixer. More flavors were offered: blue raspberry, cherry bomb, silver, wild grape, orange blast, passion fruit, ultra. And the ultra one had some of the things that later would be known for energy drinks: guarana, ginseng, taurine, vitamin B complex. In 2008, the founder of the Jolt Cola Company, C.J. Rapp, sold controlling interest in the company to Immigrant Capital. In early 2009, the new owners removed him as CEO of the company, and then later that year, they filed for bankruptcy. Rapp and other shareholders had the bankruptcy filings overturned and dismissed from the courts. Rapp and another shareholder sued Emigrant Capital for breach of fiduciary responsibility. And after 8 years of litigation, they reached a settlement. In 2017, Jolt Cola returned to Dollar General stores in September. That version of Jolt Cola was produced for Emigrant Capital by a company that they sort of set up to do just that. Jolt ceased updating its international social media in 2019. So shortly thereafter, Dollar General stopped selling the product. However, it is still being manufactured for the domestic market in Australia. Beginning in 2006, as I mentioned, they made that energy drink. Jolt is a worldwide product. It is manufactured in Australia and Sweden. It used to be in the UK and the Philippines. Germany and Sweden use the old logo and branding and formulation, but they only sell the original flavor. It's also available in the Netherlands and Finland. However, if anybody cares, the Jolt Cola Netherlands is a subsidiary of Jolt Cola Germany. I'm sure the Netherlands Jolt Cola people were unhappy today when the German Jolt Cola people celebrated Germany's victory over the Netherlands in the European Nation Cup. In Ireland, Jolt Cola was sold in 500 milliliter units. It's about 17 ounces here. In Sweden and the Netherlands, Jolt Cola is heavily associated with what they call LAN parties. Those are local access network parties where a bunch of computers are networked for gaming or other uses for a party. Desperate fans of the drink paid a lot of money per can when they thought it would be discontinued. It was available in Japan in the 80s and 90s. The Jolt, this is kind of cool. The Jolt Awards are annual awards given since 1991 by Dr. Dobbs Journal. Now, Dr. Dobbs Journal was a monthly magazine that was very intense for programmers of computers. Like it was high tech. And they gave out these awards because these programmers would drink Jolt Cola when they were staying up all night and stuff. So, and at the awards ceremony for this, which used to be a big thing, maybe it still is, they served Jolt Cola at that event. Jolt Cola is featured in the 1995 motion picture Hackers. Remember that one? Angelina Jolie? No? Okay, so two hosts of a pirate television broadcast claim to be sponsored by the beverage Jolt Cola and advertised Jolt Cola as the soft drink of the elite hacker. So looking back on Jolt Cola, which was discontinued here in the United States in March of 2019, 5 years ago. So if you got some Jolt Cola or access to it, good luck to you. I couldn't find any photos of this that I can use, but I used to get Jolt Cola in the 2-liter bottle. Some of you young people might still be getting the 2-liter bottle. When you're young and you're drinking mass quantities of that stuff, you can use a 2-liter bottle because you're probably going to drink all of it. When you get older, you don't do that anymore because you're not going to drink all of it. And you don't want to cap it and put it in the thing and pull it out. And, oh, yeah, it's the same stuff, just no carbonation. All right. Let's get to your comments, please. By the way, like, share, subscribe, retweet, notification bell, all those free things you can do that serve the almighty algorithm. And then we do have super chats, memberships, if you'd like to avail yourselves of them. Terry Nee, of course, has shattered this week's goal of any amount of money. But if you'd like to, just because he's done his little thing that he does for ha-has doesn't mean you can't. Anyway, and then if you turn on your gifted memberships, you might get one. Okay. Terry Nee says, my T-shirts are folded wrong. Help me. I almost went blue. I'm going to go PG-13. MFer. And you can pretend I said the real word. MFer. Did you not learn your GD lesson when I did a toe show? When I did the ingrown toenail show? Did you not learn that I will? Don't trifle with me. I will do a show on folding T-shirts so fast it'll make your head spin. Don't. Evil Bird, I'm worried about SJ. I'm very worried. Dupa, same. I am extremely worried. I can't remember where he lives. He told me one time. Can't remember. You guys hot iron your socks, I know. I dry all my clothes on high heat. When they come out, yeah, it hurts my hands a little bit. Sometimes they're so hot, but I fold them when they're super hot. I don't need an iron. Dress shirts, I need an iron. Julian Caesar says, caffeine is a performance-enhancing drug. It is on this show. Skipper. That's good. Dupa says, Hungus, we are a wrinkled clothing nation. Yes, we are. Terry says, I'm retired. I don't iron things anymore. I didn't know you were retired, Terry. Lucky you. I'm just not done working. I really like working. And I'm looking at 5 or 6 more years. And then after that, I'm going to go so all in on this show. You guys got to remember, I only have about an hour a day to prepare for this show. When I get to a point where I have all day, I'm just saying, order. How much caffeine? I don't know. Double the caffeine. Go to get a regular soda, double it. They didn't tell me that. This can is screaming diabetes. Good Lord. Jolt with alcohol? Heart attack. Yeah, man. I mean, it's like 4 ounces Red Bull, 4 ounces Jolt Cola, and Absolute vodka. I don't know, whatever you want. Oh, no. And 151 proof Ronrico rum. There you go. Hey, Eric. Never seen him anywhere. Well, they're big here. Eric Harrison says, good evening, Tom. Eric Harrison's haven't seen you in ages. Good to see you. Hey, Julian Caesar says, roll your T-shirts so they don't get creases. They won't get creases, but they will get wrinkled if you roll them. They will, on the sides. Not on the main part, but on the sides, they will be wrinkled. Now, here's the thing. If you're ever moving, that's when you roll your T-shirts. If you stack your T-shirts, they take up way more room than if you roll them and sort of pack them that way. Decided to hop over here now. Well, damn it, Eric, we're glad that you did. Turn on your gifted membership. Somebody may gift you a membership. Dupa saying hi to Eric Harrison. Oh, Eric Harrison's, he's an OG, Eric Harrison. He's an OG. Randy says, I want to see that show about your T-shirts. Well, all right. Our T-shirts are wrinkled. Our trench coats are rumpled. Julian, that's funny. Dupus is laughing at Randy. Eric says, retired Tom having all-day production is going to go through. You damn straight. Julian's, yeah, we love rumpled trench coats around here. Okay, so it's 1990, I want to say 3 or so. And I am working for an ad agency that represents one of the larger Coca-Cola bottlers in the country. I don't remember why we were in Rochester, New York, but we were. And myself, a couple media gals, and an account executive, the local guy goes, hey, you guys heard about that Jolt Cola? Yeah. You want to go to the plant? I can get us into the plant. So this Coca-Cola guy in Rochester, buddies, I guess, with the Jolt people. And he took us in there. Now, I'd been to bottling plants before, so it was just a regular bottling plant, except for one thing. One tiny difference. When you went inside the bottling plant, after about 30 seconds, you started getting real, it's like this low-grade tension, or there was so much caffeine in the air that you were buzzing on caffeine. It felt like your hair was standing up when you left that bottling plant. I'm not joking. And that's when I started really drinking it. Hunga says, I just try to call in, but I'm too stupid, it seems. No, I haven't opened the phone lines today, Hungus. Not you. I haven't opened them up yet. If I open the phone lines before I'm done doing the subject gets interrupted. Wild Bill comes in here, and then the show turns into hee-haw for about 10 minutes. And then the Wolf comes in, and we talk about college stuff and things that I don't know if you guys care about it. And so I have to wait. And I usually forget. Aku says, I tried to look up the lethal dose of caffeine and found nothing. GPT found papers saying caffeine becomes toxic at 10 grams. The highest dose I've had is 3.5 grams. We had something on this show where we got to the fatal level. I forget what it was. I know it was higher than 10, though. But, yeah. Dupa says, oh, hey, No Good Chaser, Discount Don's birthday today. Randy says, everyone say goodnight, Gracie. Yeah, they had a pop-up show. Guess when they decided to have it? You don't have to guess. Eric Harrison says, yeah, caffeine through absorption from the air. Yeah, man. Noga Chaser says, Dupa, yep, I'm watching it on another device. Good to see you, Noga Chaser. Thank you for multi-screening to get our show in. We need those watch hours. Tierney says, angry boomer. I think we should call it righteously indignant boomer. That's if I'm even a boomer. I feel like I'm Gen X personally, but what's the area code I need to dial before the number? Well, the area code is 972. The number is at the bottom of the screen, but the phone lines aren't open yet, you see, my good friend. And I hope you're getting better. If I ever buy a yacht, you're building it. Eric said it would depend on tolerances. I run on about 850 a day. Man, oh man. Julian says, people have overdosed fatally on caffeine powder trying to make their own bottles for endurance races. Yeah, people overdose on everything. TSN will be live for a while, says Dupa. Good. Julian says country code is 1. The area code is on the screen. Yeah, I know. I was just prepping. Okay, there you go. We were more Gen X, but our birthday says otherwise. Yeah, it's hard. I've always been older than my age. I mean, yeah. But we're so much cooler. It's not even, because we had to learn how to do things the old school way and the new school way. Had another wonderful conversation with one of my Gen Z friends who called me boomer. Boomer, really? I've had a website since 1999. You got one? Didn't think so. I have a podcast with over 275 episodes. Do you have one? Didn't think so. I have a 5-day-a-week streaming show. It's monetized. Do you have that? Okay, who's the boomer? Tom is Gen X by he belongs to us. Yes. Eric, I was upset when I found out I was a millennial. No, you're old, son. Oh, I know I'm old. Being old and, because when they say boomer, they're not saying that in a complimentary fashion. Oh, neither are you. So I'm just saying, hey, I'm the hippest dude in this room. At work. How many of you guys worked for Hustler? Anybody here ever vice president at Cartoon Network? That's me doing my stuttering John. Tom's an honorary member of the Borg. I should be. Is OCD, logic, yeah. Laura Norman has entered the room. She says, hi, Tom. Hello, Laura Norman. Laura Norman, I feel like I should know you, but I'm not placing it. So if you're new, welcome. Everyone welcome Laura to the room, please. Terry Nee says, you have a Jaguar. Reeks, boomer. I don't know anybody my age with a Jag. I don't know anybody. And all the people that I do know have Jags have new Jags. They don't have the cool old ones like I do. Aku says, I drink out of a hose. How old am I? I don't know, man. I drank out of the hose in the last year, working out in the yard. Hunga says, I remember TV running on steam. Aku. Eric says, I missed X by 2 years. Terry says, you're welcome. That Terry needs a crack up. I tell you what, that guy, I see him in all these other chat shows the last couple weeks. Last week and this week. Last week and this week, I've been working from home. And so I have my computer on all the time. And that dude, he's not like, avalanching these chat rooms with chat. He's a sniper. You're sitting there watching, and all of a sudden Terry Neal just have this zing, and then nothing again for 5 minutes. I had that TV. You had to get up and physically turn a snap knob to change the channel. Hey, Aku, dude. First 20 years of my life, that's what we had. I was the channel changer at my house. I was the remote. What's the difference between a Jaguar and a porcupine? You just had to change BMW to Jaguar or Mercedes to Jaguar, did you? Is that what you did with that joke? People fear them both. Laura says, you do know me, it's just been a long time. Okay, Laura. All right. Did you have a different screen name or something last time? Because I would definitely remember you. My sister's name's Laura. My dad's name's Norman. I would definitely, because when I first saw the name, I thought, is that my sister? So either way, it's great to see you. Absolutely fabulous to see you. Terry Nee says, I have to make sure my granddaughter is doing her work during the day. What does she do? Do you just grade her homework and stuff? Or Eric Harrison says, to be honest, though, most of my friends are Gen X. There you go. Terry Nee said, Tom, you heard it. I didn't. I think you may perceive me as being more aware during this show than I actually am. Dupa says Terry Nee is the funniest bird, and he has stiff competition. Yeah, there's a lot of birds out there, I notice, but Terry Nee is the funniest. Terry Nee also will curate the very smallest details of your existence. And those turn into callbacks 3 months later when he reminds you. It's like, man, I had a great day today. I went out for a run, took my car and got it washed. And then Terry Nee will super chat. So this is better than the day you fell down and got sciatica. That's Terry Nee. Hunga says, all my friends are dead. Terry, if you had not shattered this week's goal, I really wouldn't put this next chat up. Because I've heard that joke like 50 years ago. You know, I really shouldn't put it up. Usually they use Mercedes-Benz or BMW. Sometimes they'll Corvette or something. They never use Jaguar. Ever. There aren't enough of them here. Don't encourage him, Eric. That will just breed more of this behavior. Laura Norman says, no, I heard Eric watching your show, and I was like, oh, dang, I have to say hi, because it's been for, okay, I got you now. Well, thank you for saying hi. We'd love to have you here every night. Turn on your gifted memberships. Maybe somebody will gift you a membership. But it's very good to hear from you, and thank you, Eric, for bringing Laura with you. Julian Zeter says, I spent way too much mental energy trying to figure out that joke. That's the way I like it. And by the way, those are called needles on the outside. That's not what they're called. That's what you get from touching one. That joke is just fundamentally unsound. And frankly, not up to the high design standards of a Jaguar. Let's see. Aku says, Jolt 12 ounce had 71 milligrams of caffeine. Mountain Dew has 55. Okay, then. It's a great joke. Tesla applies today. Tesla? It's not the name of what those are called. That's the name of the verb. That's the verb that you blank your finger. So I don't see where Tesla comes in there. By the way, people in Teslas, get over yourself. Please. Get over yourself. Hey, look at that. That old clock on the wall. We're getting close to time here. I got to rush over to Joe's birthday party. I don't know why. They do their show when I'm doing mine. Always. And I've switched it twice. But he's a nice guy and been very supportive of the show, as has Sunday Jenna. Of course, we never see them here in this room anymore because... And, you know, they're not thinking straight, because if they were to do their show at a different time, they could pick up maybe 11 viewers from this show. And wouldn't that be great for them with their 26,000 subscribers? I can't seem to break 750. I mean, in the 750s. We went up to 750 like that. And by the way, most of the people that subscribe to the show are not Dabbleverse people. But most of the people that attend the live are. So, oh, it's Discount Don's birthday. I thought it was Joe's birthday. Joe who? Producer Joe. Terry Nee says, Teslas have the prick on the inside, porcupine on the outside. No. Eric says, they are pretty neat, though. I mean, your car can chauffeur itself, drive up and open the door for you. Well, that's what they say. I guess they're going to start testing those robo-taxis now for Tesla, like really soon. They're to the next stage of that happening. The technology behind it, though, is a lot of experts are saying is suspect. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they may release it and then improve it and fix it. So, Trini says, it's Andy's birthday, discount Don. Oh, well then. Aka says, before I forget, Tom, you might want to message BF from Replayables about streaming on Discord. Saturday, we watched a Norm Macdonald film. I hate Discord. Discord destroys my audio and video setups. It just, but I could. I met Andy, discount, fabulous man. Joe also. Yeah, they're really good people. Joe reached out to me whenever I first started this and had a few pointers and things, and they've been just great people. They really are. I'm just kidding about them crushing my show like a bug under the weight of their popularity. Laura says, so how long we've known you? Eric started following you when I was still pregnant, and our kid turns 11 next month, if you can believe it. Well, it was back when I lived in Utah, so it's been 3, 4, 5 years ago. Jenna, pure honey. She's such a sweetheart, isn't she? Suspect, it's criminal. The self-driving was described as doing the wrong thing at the worst time. I know, and there's been other self-driving cars that other people, Amazon and others have tried to pioneer, and there have been some very bad accidents. I met Joe and Jenna, says Dupa. Man, everybody meets everybody. Hey, let's get out of here, and let's go wish Discount Don a happy birthday. Tell him Tom sent you. Naturally, I'd like to thank Terry Nee for shattering our daily goal of any amount of money. He's been here for 6 months. And we're going to be here tomorrow. I'll be on Out of the Coffin with Bob Levy tomorrow morning. I hope to see you all there. I really need you guys. Got to grow this show. I really need, when we're in Bob's show tomorrow morning, for you guys to really be Tom Gully is awesome. Tom Gully is like so sexy. Tom Gully is the all-being master of time, space, and dimension. That sort of thing. So please. Good night. Week goal. Yeah, that's right. He shattered not just tonight's goal, but the weekly goal. Night, Tom. Have a good one, buddy. Incidentally, that's kind of a joke Terry does. And see, because I did the first joke, any amount of money, which is hilarious. And so now he's trying to have a joke, and he's Vince the lawyering me a little on this by saying, I've just got the whole week done now. First of all, I don't know that you can come into a chat room and super chat and then say, spread this out over 5 days. I'm just saying. Tom took a 2x10 to the face and lived to tell the tale. It's 2x4. Night, Tom. Have a good one, buddy. Good to see you, too. Nice to hear about your little one. Tom hates ice cream. Sometimes when that guy comes by, looking forward to Tom and Bob together. Bob and Tom, for those of you that know radio syndicated. Okay, so, that old clock on the wall says, like the Reverend Al Green, it's time for me to get on up out of here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I'm going over to Discount Down's party. So, only thing left to say is, till next time, see you next time.
my pants.